Namaskar, welcome back to the Saffron Box. Today, continuing with the Atmakarak series, I'll be talking about Mercury as the Atmakarak planet in your chart. In my previous videos, I have spoken about Sun, Moon, as well as Mars as the Atmakarak Graha. Atmakarak means the planet with the highest longitude in your birth chart. So the planet which has the highest degrees in your birth chart, irrespective of the signs and houses, don't see anything. Just see the planets and the degrees written beside them. The planet which has the highest degrees becomes the Atmakarak. And in your chart, if Mercury is what you find as the planet with the highest degrees, then Mercury is the Atmakaraka or the soul significator in your chart. What does the Atmakarak do? The Atmakarak defines the purpose of your soul in this lifetime. What has your soul decided to do? What is the lesson for your soul in this lifetime? And the planet which becomes the Atmakaraka, it contributes towards the journey of your soul, right? So it tells you what, it is like a guiding light. It tells you what you focus on, and you naturally tend to gravitate towards all the significations of that particular planet. Your life lessons revolve around that. Your challenges also sometimes revolve around that if the Atmakaraka is not very well placed, right? And all the significations of that planet take over your life as such. So what does Mercury do? When Mercury becomes your Atmakarak Graha, Mercury keeps you young at heart, first of all. Mercury is the prince. Mercury is young at heart. So you always have that childlike qualities. And what are the childlike qualities? The capacity to learn, the capacity to experiment, to be curious. How are children? They are curious about things around them, right? Because they are in their learning journey. They are seeing things around them for the first time. They want to experiment. Sometimes they hurt themselves also, trying out different things, different experiences, right? So there is a childlike quality which Mercury brings into your life. Also, Mercury signifies your communication. Mercury signifies your intelligence, the capacity to take the knowledge around you, right? Jupiter signifies higher intelligence. Mercury talks about all the knowledge which is there around you. How do you process that knowledge? How do you take it in your mind, in your head? So when Mercury becomes your Atmakarak, there is a good capacity. Rather, you're very capable of processing large amounts of information or processing things around you very quickly, right? So such a person will be able to go through the newspaper for the day very fast. They may be able to understand a lot of things in the newspaper. And believe me, there are so many of us who will not be able to understand a lot of things in the paper, right? So it starts from current affairs, it goes to sports, it goes to business, economy, there are spirituality columns, there are current affairs with regard to international news, national news, state-wise news, etc. But when Mercury is your Atmakarak, you are able to relate to things, you are able to put your old information, old knowledge also into use. So if, say, there is a news about some collaboration between two brands, you will be able to figure out, okay, such a collaboration has already happened in this sector, right? So they are able to string together pieces of information very well. That is a very good quality about Mercury as the Atmakarak. So I said they are curious, they have good capacity to learn, they are able to put pieces of information together in an organized manner using Mercury's intelligence, right? Learning ability is pretty good. So you tell them to learn something new, a new instrument, a new language, a new skill, something to do with their hands. They use their hands quite a bit, right? And something to do with their hands, they are able to do it very well. Manual dexterity is pretty good, and that is something which I have seen in my experience. People with Mercury as Atmakaraka, and especially if the Atmakaraka is well placed, or say it is placed in the third or the fifth house or the 10th house, then in such a case it becomes their profession also. So they do something where manual work is required, manual dexterity is required. So they may be artists, they may be designers, they may be surgeons, right? All these things are there. People with Mercury as Atmakaraka are very good at communication. They are able to communicate what they want in a very precise manner. They are able to write well, they are able to speak well. If Mercury, being Atmakaraka, say, is placed in the second house and it is not afflicted, it is in good dignity, it is surrounded by benefic planets, then it makes for good orators as well. Mercury, being the Atmakaraka, can make you very witty also, right? It has the skill of entertaining, it has the skill of witty comebacks. So such people will be able to rhyme up well with you, or they'll be able to make witty comebacks, right? What we call as hazir jawab, right? So they have an answer for anything, any and everything which you say. They are able to communicate to you in various languages also, because they have the knack of picking up few things or few words which can be used in each language. So say a person who's born and brought up in north goes to south of India, they will be able to quickly pick up the local language and converse with the locals in those languages. So they will not be at unease, they'll be able to adapt to the environment very easily. That is again a very good quality of Mercury if it is the Atmakaraka in your chart. Why? Because see, Mercury has the ability to handle the heat of the sun. Mercury is the closest planet to the sun. It stays around it all the time, 28 degrees here or there of the sun, right? So Mercury is the planet which has the ability to handle that heat, and it can cool off also easily, right? If you see, Mercury is used to take temperatures, it is used in thermometers, and that's why we say mercurial, going up or down very quickly as per the environment. So adaptability is pretty good, right? They are able to sometimes they can be very fickle also, right? So when Mercury is your Atmakaraka, there can be challenges in your relationships if the Atmakaraka Mercury is not very well placed, because you're fickle in nature, you're not able to make up your mind. So sometimes choosing a partner becomes a problem, or choosing a profession becomes a problem, because there are too many choices in front of you, right? So this is a major challenge. Apart from this, Mercury also does very well as the Atmakaraka in the fields of research. So if you have, say, Mercury in the 8th house of research, of higher learning, say in the 9th house, then you do tend to do very well, because Mercury with its curious mind is able to take you to new knowledge, or makes you better at information gathering. As I said in the beginning, it has the capacity to learn. So that is again one very important point for Mercury. If Mercury is your Atmakaraka, you may have good amount of interest in astrology, right? Astrology, there are two planets which are seen majorly for astrology, that is Jupiter as well as Mercury, apart from other factors which are also important and which have to be present in your birth chart. But if Jupiter and Mercury both are good in good dignity, and especially Mercury, then one does have a good interest in astrology, right? So that is again something which is very important. If Mercury is your Atmakaraka, you also tend to have a love for nature, right? So you love nature, you love greenery. You'll be someone who nature walks. You would like to go on treks, you would like to be in the greenery, or if you want to rejuvenate yourself from time to time, it will be recommended that you go towards some nature retreat, right? leave the hustle bustle of city life for some time, say once in 3-4 months, and spend 2-3 days in some nature, some good resort or some green patch anywhere, and you'll feel better. If Mercury is your Atmakaraka, nature is again, as I said, important, but you also like to keep lot of green things around you, and this is like a good remedy also, right? Uh, Green ornamental plants is what I'm looking at. So these people have a natural tendency to have good balconies. Their balconies will be very nicely kept with lot of hanging ornamental plants and all that. And if you have Mercury as Atmakaraka, it is a good remedy also that you keep all the open spaces in your house, like the balconies, terraces, or if you have a lawn or if you have a garden, then you keep all these spaces well organized, right, and green. So if you have a good balcony, keep it decorated. If you have a good lawn or a garden, keep it green, keep it well maintained. So Mercury thrives in such an environment. If Mercury is your Atmakaraka, you have a natural, affection, or you're, always getting along well with your sister or with your aunts. Mercury signifies aunts also. So your masi or your buas, your mother or your father's sisters, your aunts, your cousins, all the female relatives, you tend to have good relationship with them if Mercury is well placed, right? Mercury should not be in a trik bhava. Mercury should be well placed and should be having a good relationship with your lagna lord as well, with your lagnesh as well. That is when you enjoy the positive effect of Mercury being the Atmakaraka. Overall, if I have to bring one more important point when I talk about Mercury is when it becomes your Atmakaraka, one tends to have lot of interests. So you want to do many things at a given time. You have lot of interest. You are a jack of all trades. But sometimes mastering something becomes difficult, and that is a major challenge. That is a major challenge when Mercury becomes your Atmakaraka. This is something which one needs to work upon. And sometimes keeping calm is also a challenge. So you want so much of activity around you, or there is so much of information around you. You want to process it, you want to read it, you want to scroll through it on your mobile, that you are not able to keep calm. You always want something around you, right? So that is a challenge that needs to be overcome if you want to enjoy the good benefits of Mercury. So sometimes mindfulness exercises or grounding exercises are really recommended when we look at Mercury as the Atmakaraka. So that was about Mercury as your AK, as your Atmakarak. I'll come back very soon with the next video where I'll talk about Jupiter as your Atmakarak. What happens when Jupiter becomes the planet with the highest degree in your birth chart. So stay tuned, and if you've liked the content, do hit the like button, do share it with your family and friends, and subscribe if you haven't. God bless you. Take care.